Hello, and welcome to your timeless reading of the day with me. And I want to mention, don't forget to join the giveaway. Even if you already have, you can do multiple comments. This will get you another entry to the raffle, just not multiple ones on the same video. So if you were to comment on this one, this is a separate entry. Alrighty, my dears, already got 3 cards as I was speaking unconsciously here. We have the 9 of Cups, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So the 9s, and I was sorry if the wind's picking up. I'm going to try and come a little closer. But I was listening to a reading of someone else. Unfortunately, I forgot her name now. But talking on this idea of 9s and of completion and things coming to an end. In numerology, the 9 is kind of the last, because the 10 is the 1 again, so it's kind of the restarting of something or the new beginning. So there's something coming to a completion, because we do have the 10 here in the middle, the 10 of Pentacles. So emotional fulfillment is here for you. There's something going on, emotional fulfillment. Maybe it's not here just yet, but this is kind of the topic we're going to be speaking on. The emotional fulfillment within your own dreams, achieving your passions. And then there's anxiety. There's this internalized anxiety that is coming up. Or maybe you have released yourself of this anxiety. Maybe this was where you were at, kind of feeling really anxious, being in this kind of 9 energy, about to collapse, and not kind of having to force a restart, right? Being about to break. But then you have the 9 of Cups here, which is a really positive, which is this, wow, I've done everything I wanted to do in this life, and I feel so emotionally fulfilled and happy. And now I'm ready to step into the 10, which is then familial bliss for the 10 of Cups. Here you have the material bliss, excuse me, which is still very much connected to your family. You know, here's just more about kind of establishing a family, solidifying something in the material world in regards to family, to be able to build a legacy, to be able to give back. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get more cards. Can we have from here, please? What's going on? What are we speaking on? And it's already drizzling rain, guys. It's gonna be hard. You might be seeing me not in the forest for the next few videos. We'll see, because the weather has been shifty. Do the things that intimidate you, because what's waiting on the other side is magic. I love that. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Like, just a beautiful thing to remind yourself of. If you do the things that are scary, you are pushing slightly, ever so slightly out of your comfort zone, allowing for you to feel more comfortable overall in your life, because you have more space to feel comfortable in. So this intimidation, this fear that comes up, it is kind of like, I use this metaphor regularly, but like the idea of going up a mountain, and then this intimidation, this fear, these are the little hurdles that you need to, get up to, like, get to the next spot. You don't have to, of course, but it would allow for you to progress in whatever journey you're on. If you have a certain goal, which I think you do, right? You have certain emotional goals, but also material goals in regards to establishing yourself for yourself and others, I think. But there's this anxiety that you maybe have released. Look at where I put the card, actually. It is right under the anxiety card. I put it right next to this one, right? Do the things that intimidate you. Okay, so you are trying to do things that are scary. What could that be? We have this one in my hand. To feel so much is beautiful. Oh my. I just was reading this. To feel so much. And I remember being very young and feeling like the amount of the way I emote and how much I feel to be too much for a very, very long time. And I remember also being really young and trying to rewire my brain already, saying to myself, you're not too much. You don't feel, you feeling so much is not a negative. It is an attribute, then the question is, what can you do with it? There's different tools in the kitchen, you know, not every tool is going to be perfect for every job. So the question is, how can you use the tool that you have? How can you use what you have in your abilities, in your feelings to make a life that feels wholesome to you? Yeah, because I'm seeing here the 9, the 10 again, and I haven't even read what's on the back of this, so we're gonna see. Life can get hard, but remember that blessings are all around. There are tiny miracles everywhere. There are tiny miracles everywhere. What a blessing it is to see that, you know. Because we cannot control what is going on around us necessarily, right? Life just flows and we're in it and we're just going with it, and you know, we can fight currents, we can go with it, we can, you know, sink to the bottom, we can try and escape. And however we feel from day to day can vary very much. So to have a practice of seeing the appreciation for the small things, of seeing the magic and the miracles and the little things, you know. I'm seeing what are they called? Ladybug. I'm seeing a ladybug in my head. Maybe there's a reference for someone there. But I remember thinking, especially as a child, but I still feel that way. I truly believe that we're always the same. We just build on top of each other, of the different versions of us. So this version of me, this layer of me that is a child, still feels that very deeply. The beauty of just the most normal, average things, you know, like a ladybug, finding a ladybug. Or, for example, I was walking here through the forest thinking, wow, oh man, this is so nice. I love being in the forest. What a gift it is to be able to do that, you know. I'm very fortunate to be in a place where I can, because for a long time I wasn't, and so it's nice to have that. And yeah, maybe within your own life, if you feel like you want to reach a point in your life, or you want to have some sort of success in your life, for you to feel happy, and for you to feel like you've achieved something, and there to be this ultimate goal. If you want to feel happy and content, you have to feel it in the now. That's kind of the contradictory thing. This doesn't mean that you just accept negative things happening to you or being in a bad situation. Absolutely not. But it's a matter of trying to see the best in what you have, you know, and seeing the tiny miracles and the tiny little droplets that are falling on me right now and on my cards. Oh my, oh me. Okay, we have more cards. Let me see. The 7 of Pentacles, waiting for the fruits of your labor. Makes sense, because we had this 10, right, coming up, and I'm seeing here the way I placed it as well. The 7 goes to the 9 of Cups, goes then to the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like you're going up this hill, you're heading for you to achieve this 10, right? This emotional fulfillment and this true liberation of the anxiety you feel within yourself. I think it's coming from you feeling like working through this emotional fulfillment, getting from this place of putting in a lot of effort, yes, but doing that because you're trying to be emotionally fulfilled, because you are wanting to fill your cups. And I'm not saying to be egocentric about it. It's not about being a selfish prick. No, because that is also gonna get back to you at some point. But no, this is about finding the balance, finding the understanding that you can cultivate your energy in a way that's helpful to you, and that makes you happy. You know, you don't have to, because we have this material focus, and then sometimes the material can become more important than the happiness that comes from the work you do in the material. And sometimes that's also just a place where you're at in life, and you know, it's difficult. Sorry, we have my little boy right here. And it can be really difficult to see the happiness and the joy in the everyday if you're doing stuff that is difficult, that feels heavy, and if you're doing a job, for example, that brings you a lot of distress and doesn't fulfill you, that is draining to your soul, you know. That's, I think, maybe what you've been trying to do to achieve these miracles, and that can only get you so far. It will not bring you the joy. It's about, again, finding the happiness and contentment with where you are in the now. by seeing the small little things that you can do for you. We have the strength in reverse, facing maybe not feeling very strong right now. Maybe you're going through a phase in your life where you're kind of lacking the strength, and this anxiety, okay, yeah, it's coming up. The anxiety is coming up again, and like internalized anxiety specifically. So maybe there's not even that much external pressure where people are saying you need to get this done by this time on this day, but it's you putting anxiety onto yourself by thinking you're not strong enough, you can't do this anymore, you know. Oh, sweetheart, but you can. Look who's here. Justice is here. Justice is here to even the scales. Trust in that, I think. I'm feeling called. I wanted to like continue, but I'm feeling called to just, instead of going into whatever flows out of me here, to grab you some of this, because I think there's gonna explain us more on this Justice card. What is going on with Justice? And I'll have to put these away straight away because it's raining and they're not going to withstand all this rain. Okay. So we have time to give rather than take. Time to give rather than take. With this message, I always hear give, like, it's specifically about your energy source and about your investments and about where you put yourself into, you know, where you are interacting with the world and where you are making a difference in everyday life. You know, you exist, you matter, so you are making a difference. And time to give rather than take for me is this reminder of give from this energy source that is you to yourself rather than take for something else. Don't, because taking is a matter of, it goes from one place and then it is gone, rather than it being a deliberate action. So maybe making it more deliberate in how where you put your energy, to balance this scale. Because it's been too much in one side or the other. You've been either taking too much for yourself or giving too much of yourself. Someone new is going to step into your life. What could that be? What could that be? Whatever it is, I think it is a matter of scales balancing out, of things coming to a fair conclusion in a way. I'm going to ask about this in a second because I want to know for you what kind of person this is. This could be a friend, this could be a teacher, this could be an opportunity for work, this could be a partner. So I'm going to ask, but before that, I want to get one more explanation for this Justice that we have here. Change is a part of life. If water is still, it dies. I love this quote, which is a quote of mine. I don't think I've read it anywhere. I think it just came to me. But yeah, if water is still, it dies. If there is no movement, if there is no good or bad, no ups and downs, what is there but nothing? You know, death, ultimately. In itself, not a bad thing either, but I don't think that's where you want to be. Neither is it where you are right now, is it? I think you're here, you're watching this. Okay, so understanding that the changes, the things coming, the good, the bad, they are balancing you out, they are part of life, trusting in the balance of it, continuing on your path. If you're sailing towards a destination, no matter the storm, just keep fucking going where you're going. You know? Okay, I want to find out about this person. Okay. And I'm feeling like a sneeze come up, but it's not coming. Maybe you've been feeling some sort of anticipation of something arriving. Yeah, I'm seeing in my head the Three of Wands, where you're standing at the cliff or standing like on a balcony and watching the ships come in, waiting for something to arrive. Okay, and this is this person. Oh, of course. Okay, that's what we're talking about. I want to find out. Can we have more on this? Oh my lordies, the Six of Cups. This is so nice. The nostalgia card, the childhood card. I really like this. This could be someone from your past, as this is the card that references past. But what I'm sensing here, it is someone who emotionally fulfills you. And I'm not getting whether this is a friendship or a romantic. There's no necessary reaction or direction I'm seeing here. But what I'm seeing is someone who emotionally fulfills you, and someone who really makes you, connect to this inner kid of you, to the version of you, to the layer in you that just likes to have fun and laugh. And you know when you were a kid and you went to your friend's house, or your friend came over and you had like the best time ever, and then your friend had to leave and you were laying in bed thinking, that was so nice, I had so much fun. I think this is the kind of energy that you're going to be in with this person that's coming in. Oh, can we have more information on the person? Are we meant to know more? Okay, these more. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. Excuse me, the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this could be someone who is maybe a little more childlike. We were talking about that, but this could be a childishness that sometimes maybe is a bit too spontaneous, a bit too out there. But it could be really fun, and maybe this is something that you need to, like, this kind of energy, this just fuck it attitude is maybe something that you're being called to step into a little more, to find your strength, because it is sitting here on top of the Strength card in reverse, if you remember, right? But yeah, to help you find this strength and connect, and this being someone coming in. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but we're gonna jump on the next train, on the next wagon, the Chariot. The Chariot is in reverse though, so be patient, my dear. Be patient. I don't think things are gonna go as you expect them to. I think this is the part. This is part of the lesson that you're going through. This idea that change is part of life. Things are not predictable, to a point. And I know what I'm doing here. That's why I fucking do this, because I love to see how things change. I love to analyze. I love to understand. And I don't think we can fully understand anything. So it's just really fun to see how much you can take in from that which is, because you will never get all of it, but you can try to understand as much as you can manage in a lifetime. Maybe you try do some more next one. Or maybe you're done. Who knows, bros? Okay, but what am I saying here? You're kind of it feels like this derailment. It feels like things happening in a way, in a direction that doesn't come naturally, that doesn't feel like you are kind of expecting, and it still does. Okay, so yeah, that's very interesting. That's very fun, and I hope for you that you're really happy with whatever situation comes in. But I do think it is, because I think there's this basic bond of friendship that's going to be in this relationship, whatever relationship this is. There's an understanding. Is it going to be forever or whatever? I don't know, bros. That is not yet. That is not yet set, and then I just dropped a card right on top of the emotional fulfillment. It is not yet set. You know why? Because you are not yet fully in your Empress energy. You're not fully connected to this self-love, to the sustainability that is the Empress. She's the mother of the Tarot. She makes sure that everyone is taken care of, and oftentimes she is depicted as pregnant. Here she is not, but she has strawberries on her, and look, strawberries look like what animal did I mention before? I remember it's the ladybug. So you see how there's the confirmation there as well from what we were talking. And we have the river here, little cleansing, a continuous cleansing, understanding to go with the flow, understanding to provide for yourself so you can provide for others, being this mother figure to yourself, to your inner child, as much as you are to other people. And it doesn't matter what your gender is, okay? This is just the idea of nurturing, of being like a warm hug. Being like a warm hug or a warm cup of cocoa. Oh, I feel like that tonight. Maybe I'll go have some warm cocoa. That would be fun. But yeah, that is what's gonna be telling of what direction you're gonna end up in. Emotional fulfillment comes when you are able to be balanced in your love, in your give and take, in your taking care of yourself and others, and in your power, ultimately your femininity, my dears. We are heading towards a time in which, let me say it this way. there has been an if the justice, the balance that we're looking at, there's been an overemphasis on the masculine, on the gimme, gimme, gimme energy, rather than the take from me energy. Does that make sense? Like there is the give and take again. And I'm not trying to say anything other than speak on philosophical terms here, okay? But yeah, so this is the idea, and the feminine is really something that we as people, sorry guys, my storage filled up and I got cut off, but I was saying about how, like, just as a community, as a global unity, as a oneness, we're all being kind of called to take care, be more conscious, you know. Look at what it has gotten us to just be gimme, 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 you know. World's fucking burning, my dears. We need to start putting out the fires, otherwise what's going to be left of us, you know. Oh, that was a powerful message. I felt that very deeply. Okay, we're gonna just go into your guidance, and then I'm gonna let you go for the day. And again, don't forget to join the giveaway until the 31st of October, till Halloween Eve or Samhain, depending on what you're celebrating. We have the Two of Pentacles. Be watchful of how you juggle your life. Be conscious of the choices you put in regards to where you put your energy, right? There was this talk of like making choices that feel emotionally fulfilling, that you head towards emotional fulfillment so you can reach your material fulfillment. So make the choices in the material that are connected to your emotional fulfillment. Juggle the things in a way that you can hold it up and you can still say, yeah, I am happy with myself and I am content with my life right now as it is, and the things that I'm able to do in the here and now. You know, maybe it's not the exact life you've hoped for yourself or want to be at yet. That doesn't take away from what you have. My dear, we come into this world with nothing and we leave with nothing. Anything you acquire in between is a gift. So we have the Six of Wands, victory in reverse. For you to see victory in your external, I'm repeating myself here, but it's important, you need to feel victorious within yourself. Celebrate yourself. This is the card of coming home and people being like, oh my God, look at you, look at what you've done, you know, being this hero coming home after his hero's journey, you know, like dramatic stuff. Can you do that for you? Can you be this dramatic for you? Can you be this loving for you? That's kind of what the guidance is here. We're gonna get a few more and then I'm gonna let you go. These two are the last ones. Alrighty. Oh. Look who's here, but the in-between of what was missing in a way. Or not fully missing, but we were talking about the nines. Here we have another nine. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We were talking about the pentacles in regards to, you know, putting in the fruits of your labor, waiting for the fruits of your labors to come in. Then getting to this, doing that by putting in the effort and the focus on your emotional fulfillment to eventually reach this 10, right? So the 9 in between here. Sorry guys, my storage keeps filling up. I need to delete it. Okay, but what I was saying here, your guidance is to kind of find, again, if you have this, like, trying to feel this victory and be this out there and celebratory about yourself, it's equally finding the appreciation for your efforts already in the now within yourself. You don't need to have an external outcome. You don't need to see, for example, if you've put a lot of work in to something and you're waiting for financial outcome, maybe this isn't about the financial outcome. It's not the external that materializes from your efforts. It's the internal. It's how you can say, look at all this effort I am able to put in. Look at me, you know, look at like the fruits of my labors, and you'll be able to it will be splendid. It will be a splendid harvest once you decide to see it as such for what you already have achieved. And face internal conflict. I really have to go. My phone is not only filling up, but also all of my shit's getting wet. Internal conflict. Facing it for what it is. And we're gonna leave you with one of these, I think, and that's that. Yes. The truth is, you are more powerful and capable than you could ever imagine. Explore it. Yeehaw! Look at this. Be a little fairy, be a little witch, a little queen, a little king, a little emperor, a little empress. You know, connect with the energy where you believe in yourself. So you can align and you can make choices that maybe feel outside of your comfort zone. We're going full circle again. The things that feel, sorry, wrong way around, but the things that feel intimidating. This is where, on the other side, the magic is waiting. So do it. Just do it. And I'll see you very, very soon, my dears. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. If you haven't already, maybe you want to subscribe, maybe you want to like, maybe you want to comment, and maybe, just maybe, you want a personal reading outside of the giveaway. For that, my contact is also in the description. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. See you soon.